19th in the United States and Canada, San Jose invented hockey, and this is a show called What Chaos from the Sports Interaction Studio in Boston, Massachusetts. My name is David B, and I sit beside Stanley Cup champion Pete Blackburn, and holding it down in the city of the 20th overall pick is Sean DePaz. Hey, boy.
The city of no defensemen.
The city for real. You have 6 defensemen signed, and we're getting another. They're looking to trade this defenseman. Good idea, boys.
Get ready to learn 8-year Logan Stanley extension. Sorry, 7-year Logan Stanley extension.
Get ready to learn just being what the Sharks were.
Yeah.
I
for real.
What are you
am
doing,
not
idiot?
going to lie. For some reason, when you said the home of the 20th overall pick, I was like, oh, I swear to God, genuine thought was I didn't realize the 20th overall pick in the PWHL draft was from Buffalo. Just I eliminated the Kesselring thing from my brain already.
That's
because,
hope.
as you are not a sexist,
Yeah.
you assume when anyone is talking about any sport, any league, it's PWHL.
Yeah, I think Pete's cope theory is probably a little more accurate, but I like that one too.
No, I mean, you've been Mr. PWHL. Truly, you were.
I
think you
I was
retired.
called that at one point. I didn't
I think Sean did the right thing where he was...
Surrender your
calling
throne.
Where you
Yeah.
were like, I'm Mr. PWHL, and then you were like, I'm not able to watch all of these games. It's probably not good if the person known as Mr. that league doesn't even pay attention to it.
We hadn't discussed the possibility that Sean dipped out on the PWHL as soon as his NHL team started becoming a legitimate team.
Oh, yes, could be. Keep talking. Actually, tell the folks on the show today, one of our lights is off.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Today on the show, it's San Jose's big day. Was it Max Keebler's day off? It was not a day off.
It sounds like a movie of some sort.
Yeah. Max Keebler had a day off yesterday. The San Jose Sharks and the hockey in San Jose did not, because it was a huge day. Addition of Michael Kesselring, also Laila Edwards. We're going to do some PWHL draft recap chat. And we'll get to know Michael Kesselring because he's a friend of the show. He's been on the show. We had some great moments. He was one of our favorite guests. So anybody in Sharks land who is unfamiliar with the Kess, stay tuned. We've got plenty for you. Cut it. Cut it because Canada is playing Qatar. Look at that.
Great job.
Not bad. Not bad.
Great job.
That's a good one.
Can cut it?
And then finally, lessons learned. What's that about?
Yeah, that's a little surprise. I'll
vague
do
posting in
yeah,
the
it's
rundown?
some light vague posting. A core whatnot reached out yesterday with some information, and I thought it would be a good time to do it. With this is the last. This is the last like regular season, whatever you want to call it, where we're doing.
Pete was making a face. Sorry.
4 or 5 episodes a week. Well, Pete wrote famously a fucking suicide note for the show, and I felt I had to counter it by being like, we got fun things coming this summer. Also, like today we're doing a show as well, but we're not going anywhere.
All I said was last daily episode, which is true, and that's not what I was making a face about. I was making a face because I did see that you put in the rundown that like a whatnot sent you something. Oh, I think it might be the same thing. I may have gotten it, but I don't open any links sent to me anymore.
Good.
Any sort of link that is sent to me via social media DMs, not opening that shit, because every other day I'm seeing somebody being like, crypto changed my life.
Yeah.
So I'm not opening any of that.
So you don't like money?
Yeah, clearly.
Are you seeing the cars that Dan Roach is buying right now?
Yeah.
Friend of the show, Dan Roach, who is a, we'll say, upper middle-aged Boston sportscaster who does not seem like the type who would be spamming about crypto. I guess you never truly know somebody, because it turns out our guy Roachy was in early on crypto and is buying cars now and wants to share the wealth. So Pete's not accepting it, but I will take it.
Currently currently standing for a small committee role that involves contributing to decisions and direction. It's gone to a public vote, so I'd appreciate your support if you're able.
I have been voting for a lot of friends recently.
They've been nominated for to host a podcast.
I did see that. A lot of we don't do awards chat on this show famously, but I'm seeing a lot of friends. I don't know if they're winning these things, but there are a lot of awards out there, shall we say, and everyone we know is nominated. So I know that
maybe that's how we won our award.
That's what I'm saying. Like, What Nuts showed up for us, so we're not going to tell you if a friend says, "Hey, vote for me for this thing," to not do it. Mm-hmm. They're up for a podcast.
It's always like the most vague DM. It's like, "Hey, I've been nominated for a podcast award. Can you vote for me, please? Right now,
like
the voting closes in 30 seconds. Please click this link."
I feel like they're not even that. I feel like they're usually, I've been nominated to host a podcast.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Which I love that. So like they're doing like a how you say, what was the name of the show where they would put together a boy band? O-Town was.
Oh, O-Town had some bangers, man. I mean, famously
X Factor?
American Idol.
No.
X Factor?
Making the Band.
No. Wasn't there a show called X Factor?
Yeah, there was a show called X Factor. That was Simon Cowell's thing after Bounce from
that's
American
where,
Idol.
That's where One Direction came from, right?
Well, that's where he found Harry Styles, who, if you haven't seen Harry Styles audition on X Factor, I don't know what it is, but that boy did not have it. He just looked like he would grow up to be a good-looking man. So they were like, watch him sing Hey Soul Sister. It is horrible. Like, there is nothing from that should tell you, I think this guy's got a future in music. But they were like, I think they let him go again. They were like, you want to come back with a different, like, they treated that boy a lot different.
I mean,
and it worked. They fashioned him into something cool.
Isn't that how One Direction happened, right? Like, they saw all these dudes individually and they were like, you don't got it individually.
I believe they were all on X Factor.
Yeah. And they put them all together and they were like, you guys don't have any chance solo. So if we put you together, maybe the power of friendship will make you something.
Someone in chat said none of the boys in One Direction had it.
I think that was that
Steffa?
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I know that Eileen is a huge One Direction head. And I think that everybody, even the biggest One Direction heads will be like, yeah, individually, they did not have it on those auditions.
Okay, well, I don't know how to say this. Friend of the show, Michael Kesselring, is going in One Direction, and it is a familiar direction, which is away from the team he's on. I am perplexed that Michael Kesselring is about to play for his 5th team, but young,
little asterisk on that, right?
A small asterisk, but even so,
there's I would say a massive asterisk.
Yeah, that's
he's played.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, he is moving again. I'm not saying that everybody's just like dumping this guy left and right, because that's definitely not the way that it's gone. He's been targeted in a lot of trades, but he was on with us earlier this season, and we asked him if he decorated his house because his friend Dylan Gunther did not. And he said, like, I'm a little afraid to like actually unpack anywhere and decorate because I keep moving. Yeah. I go from Bakersfield to Arizona to Utah. Now I'm in Buffalo. And he was saying like how excited he was to be somewhere long term. And obviously this was before he kind of fell out of favor with Lindy Ruff. But yeah, he's about to play for his 5th team. And this is an exciting one. I was really excited for him to go to Buffalo, but this is going to be fun with the Sharks. We'll give you a little information. The Sharks yesterday traded for restricted free agent right defenseman Michael Kesselring in a pick swap with the Sabres. To Buffalo, pick number 20 in next week's draft. To the Sharks, Michael Kesselring, and pick number 27 in next week's draft. Kesselring is a 26-year-old, 6'5" right shot defenseman. Originally drafted by the Oilers, this will be his 5th team. He was acquired by the Sabres last summer from Utah in the JJ Peterka trade. Plan was for him to be a long-term top 4 fixture there, but I think the way I'll put it is he just fell out of favor with the coach.
Easy to
and
forget that, like, he was the centerpiece in that deal.
Was going to get to that. He fell out of favor with the coach and was a healthy scratch in the playoffs. Never get comfortable with what the situation is or how you think things going to go. I was thinking about this, Pete, as like a parallel for the us making stuff together thing over the years, where there's been moments where like my job was going well and Pete wasn't sure what was going to happen with his thing. And then I'd be like, Pete's situation would get good and mine would get bad or whatever. And it was like always kind of, because we'd always do shit ourselves on the side. And we were like, it took us both being like, you know what, we're sick of kind of not always being sure of what our future is. So like, let's just have an uncertain future together. And that's how you have this show. Is that a good way of explaining it?
Yeah, pretty much. I think it finally lined up where we were both in a position to take the swing.
Yeah. Michael Kesselring and Josh Doan have kind of had this because they're really good friends. They were in Utah together, and Michael Kesselring was the hot shit kind of thing, and Josh Doan was more the, yeah, we know your last name, but we're not going to play you a lot. And Josh Doan was, I think, very frustrated with the situation, and they both get traded together. And oddly enough, just because you never know where life is going to take you, Josh Doan ends up fitting in right away, becomes a star there, and they're like, we got Josh Doan for JJ Peterka. This is great. And it's Kesselring who is hurt. He's in and out of the lineup. By the end of the year, he's not playing. And you just never know how life is going to go. Their situation, I would say, just like flipped greatly to the point where Pete just had to clarify it was Michael Kesselring that was the get for JJ Peterka. Sean, you have any thoughts there?
There's a lot going on right now.
You have a cat on you.
I do have a cat on me. I'm very distracted. The NHL is about to clear Babcock, it appears, per Emily Kaplan. So there's that. I also, to be quite honest, you keep saying he played for 5 teams. Are you counting the AHL teams?
Yeah, yes. But no, it's organizations, whatever. He played for Baker's.
Okay.
He was with the Oilers. He was with the Coyotes. He was with the Mammoth. He was with the Sabres. He was with the Sharks.
That's what
Is it
I
not
was
fucking clocking to like get
I mean,
out of your fucking head?
Referring to an AHL team is
Well, I'm just going off of. I rewatched his interview with us, and he was talking about how like he's played so many places since he was drafted, which is not what happens to people.
Yeah.
But even in the NHL, he's going to be entering into his 4th full NHL season next year, and it will be his 4th NHL team.
Right, and he was already, and that was after being traded from his first team.
So he has not settled.
Yes.
No roots.
Is the point I'm making. Get it through your fucking head, Sean.
Chat's yelling at you not to be mean to me.
All right. That's all I need to hear.
We all knew that Michael Kesselring was going to get traded from the Buffalo Sabres. That seemed very clear, very evident. He fell out of favor. There was like a lot of weird rumblings about like how unhappy he was and like how disruptive that situation may have been in Buffalo. I don't know how much of that is true, but we did know that he was going to get traded. Had a pretty good sense of like, it might be to San Jose. That makes a ton of sense. What doesn't make sense to me is the trade. The way that this trade formulated and came to be, and the way that it looks on paper is so strange to me, because the Buffalo Sabres move up 7 spots in the first round of this year's draft, and that is it.
Yeah, a pick swap for Michael Kesselring is crazy. And someone sent us that trade in our group chat, and I was like, ooh, I don't really know what the Sabres want with a draft pick. I mean, I got a quick little chuckle of like, of course it's the Oilers pick that turns into Michael Kesselring. Would love to have that guy on the Oilers, but they already traded him. I got that little fun thing thought out of my way. I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? 1st round pick for him. It's not a great pick, but hey, what are you going to do? And then I saw the Sharks tweet, which was, welcome Michael Kesselring and the 27th pick. And I was like, you got the Sabres pick in this. I thought they just traded the 20th overall pick, which was their extra pick that they had from the Oilers in the Jake Wallman trade for Michael Kesselring. And I thought, yeah, no brainer. Like maybe a first round pick at this point is like kind of much to give up, but you need defensemen. This is perfect for you. They moved down 7 spots in the draft first round and got Michael Kesselring. What the fuck? And it wasn't clocking to any of us because when I put that in the chat, I was like, wait, it was a pick swap? Everyone was like, wait, it was a pick swap?
My question is like, if they had hung on to him, they obviously have his rights as an RFA. If they'd hung on to him and just allowed him to get offer sheeted.
I thought the same thing.
Or not offer sheeted, but.
Allowed him to get offer sheeted.
Oh, yeah, offer sheeted. Yeah. Like, wouldn't they get more?
Let's see what the ranges are. I don't know. I think it might have been like a second round pick or something like that.
Well,
But isn't that more than moving up 7 spots?
It's about the same. Like I saw a couple people say that it's about the same value, and I also saw, I forget who it was, say that there's a lot of people that think like the fall off for like a tier drop off in this draft class is around 20. So there could be particular value in moving up 7, but still, I was definitely a little surprised to see that it was just a pick swap and not a pick. But also, like, I get that he was supposed to be the centerpiece of a trade, and I love Michael Kesselring, and he's supposed to be awesome. He hasn't been. He hasn't had a chance to play. So, like, I don't really know what his value was supposed to be, if not like the equivalent of a second round pick, I guess.
Another thing that I will say, shout out Don Sweeney trading Dougie Hamilton for pennies, is that with the whole just let him get offer sheeted thing, you want picks now. Yeah. And if he gets offer sheeted, say he gets offer sheeted for the upper range of the second round pick would be $4.75 million. So if team signs him for that and they said, okay, just take it, then they get a 2027 second round pick. So what would you rather have? Move up in this first round where you get to jump some, I don't know how important it is to them, but like they jump some divisional rivals, they get ahead of the Bruins. I could see that being fine. Like it's a lower return than I thought. I'm just not going to be a BSer. I didn't, and I thought because we talked about Michael Kesselring for a lot of teams. I think we all thought the ask wouldn't be super high, so now would be the time to pounce on that if you want to take a flyer on him. But it's still less than I thought it would be. So good for the Sharks, and I think just no brainer for the Sharks.
No brainer.
Approximately 1.5 defensemen signed or whatever it is. They have no defensemen. They want young defensemen, and now they have a 26-year-old player who is probably soon to be entering his prime.
I also think he fits with the vibe of that team. Like it's a young team figuring it out. He'll have some runway, and he has plenty of opportunity to grow as a defenseman and grow and have like a very active role on that blue line and develop. I love this deal for San Jose, big time.
Yeah, someone in the chat says they're also going to get Andre Gasso, the
they already have.
Bruins draft pick. They already signed him?
No, they just traded for him.
Oh, they traded for him. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, it was a Bruins draft pick who wasn't going to sign, and now he goes.
They get the 104th overall pick from San Jose and the 157th overall pick from San Jose. Neither one of those picks is San Jose's. So couple spare parts. They get Andre Gasso, who, as many people know, former teammate, current friend of Will Smith from Boston College.
I was going to say BC kid. It's weird. I feel weird when the Bruins have someone with any sort of Boston connections and it doesn't end up coming to fruition. I know he's a California kid. Does he just want to go home?
Maybe he wants to go home. Maybe he wants to be reunited with Will Smith.
Well,
power friendship.
What did you think Michael Kesselring was worth?
I would have said a second round pick or something like that, and I would guess I would rather a second round pick than move from 27th to 20th.
I mean, to me, I like even not like the value thing aside, or like the fact that people say it's the same value. I don't think it would have made much of a difference to me. But like, yeah, I guess like people keep saying it's less than I expected. I was definitely surprised once, like, with how I realized what the trade was. But like, I guess in hindsight, what are you supposed to get for a guy who played 30 games last year?
Here's
scored like
I feel like the value for Kesselring and Bo Byram are kind of, they have to meet in the middle because everybody's overreacting to a very good year from Bo Byram, and I think that Bo Byram is a really good player, not a great player. But like the talk about him maybe getting $10 million a year is absolutely fucking bananas to me.
I mean,
the value on Bo Byram is too high because he had a good season, and I think the value on Michael Kesselring is too low because he had a bad season. And like him being freed from whatever was going on in Buffalo, I just project Michael Kesselring to be a much better and valuable player in San Jose.
Sure, but I mean, you are projecting. Like Bo Byram does have some kind of concrete. Like he was part of a Stanley Cup winning
good
team.
in Utah.
Yeah.
I mean, he was
like they traded him to be the centerpiece of the Paterka trade for a reason.
And the reason they traded him was because they were dead defensively the year that he played a lot. And when everybody came back, they were like, we have these guys signed and under contract for a long time. This is a good trade chip who's now established himself as a top 4 defenseman, but he's also kind of a spare part right now. So let's move him.
I get all of that, but like, well, I mean, first off, there's a difference between what Kesselring was actually traded for and what Bo Byram's agent says he wants for Bo Byram. Like, I don't think comparing those values necessarily is fair. And like, I don't know. Again, it's just like, I don't know how many. Like, you're going to trade a first round pick for Michael Kesselring a year after he was barely able to stay healthy, just based on what he kind of did in one season in Utah 2 years ago. Like, I don't know. I just think when you put it all together in hindsight, like I don't know what more you should have expected for him.
I guess I was expecting like maybe a distressed asset or just another sort of like another player that's on the outs or just something that gives Buffalo a little bit more value right now than jumping up 7 spots in the draft. That to me is a little surprising.
And if you say that moving up 7 spots from 27 to 20 is worth a second round pick, I'm saying your draft pick value chart is out of whack. Because once I am outside of the top 10 in the NHL draft, those picks from 11 to 60 get a lot more similar than they do in other sports. And maybe 11 is a little crazy, but like from 20 to 60, I think that you see this happen all the time where guys will go 20, 21, 22, whatever. And you're like, oh, but that guy was a projected second round pick. There's so much projection involved in the NHL draft that a lot of these guys, like, you see all the time. We'll talk about Patrice Bergeron a little later in this show. 45th overall pick. And if he had gone like 20th in his draft, people would have been like, oh, not the best skater, but whatever. It's just the sure things in the draft are up at the very top in the NHL, whereas other leagues, the sure things are like, obviously the top through the end of like the first round, and then second round it drops off a little, third round it drops off a little. In the NHL, I would much rather a second round pick and to keep the 27th overall pick than to move up from 27 to 20.
Yeah, I guess ultimately the argument I'm making doesn't really matter because like what I'm arguing is Michael Kesselring's value in a vacuum, I suppose. But that still doesn't, like, as a Sabres fan, it's still a trade I wouldn't have made. Like I agree with Pete that like the pick, even if it was like moving up to the 15th or the 10th pick, it doesn't really give a lot of value to the Buffalo Sabres right now. And also, like, you're selling really low on a guy that might have been good when you kind of don't really know like what the future of your defensive core looks like, and he could potentially be a part of it to a team that I think he probably is not more valuable to anybody in the NHL right now than a team like the San Jose Sharks. So I definitely agree I wouldn't have made the trade. I guess just if they are making the trade, I wouldn't have expected much more if they're getting a pick, I suppose. Okay,
we will get back to Kesselring because there's a lot more there, and I want to do Laila Edwards, San Jose stuff, but I don't really believe in succumbing to the chat, but I think chat is going to murder us if we do not talk about the breaking news. Mike Babcock is getting cleared per Elliot Friedman Emily Kaplan had also put out there the expectation is that he's going to get cleared and they want to hire him. The NHL is doing an investigation, and apparently this investigation took 45 minutes to do.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a very expeditious investigation, and we've heard I think like the only thing that we've heard from the investigation is like, hey, maybe some people don't want to be involved in it.
And it seems
the
like
NHL
they
released a statement.
Give it to me.
Per David Pagnotta, NHL statement on Mike Babcock. Quote, the league has completed its review of Mike Babcock's tenure in Columbus. Tenure is quite the word. And of certain
More like
alleged...
a 1 year.
Sure. And out of certain alleged conduct associated therewith. Our investigation has concluded that even in a light least favorable to Mr. Babcock, there is no current basis to restrict his employment in the league. End quote.
Yeah, you didn't do an investigation though. Just don't say you did an investigation. Say we got nothing, but don't say you did an investigation.
5 minutes ago, Jay Fresh tweeted, hearing reports that Mike Babcock celebrated his clearance by the NHL by hitting Matt Savoy in the face with a hammer. I didn't even think about the Matt Savoy of it all. I'm going to say preemptively, free my boy. Free my boy, Matt Savoy. I hope this, listen, like, he's going to get hired by the Oilers. I hope that it all works out. I hope that we get to look back on this and be like, wow, this was a lot of panic for nothing. But, like, the evidence is right there. It's clear as day, right in front of all of us. And even if you want to say, like, we're being soft to soy boys who never want to give anybody else a chance, the people that you think are this fuck have gone out and said, this is the worst guy I know that I've ever met. So, like, it's all right in front of us. And again, like, I hope that Mike Babcock learns from his mistakes. I hope that Mike Babcock has grown as a person. I hope that Mike Babcock has enough sense to know that this is his final chance, most likely in the NHL, and maybe he won't be a complete asshole and fuck it up, but we'll see.
I will clarify, and I think people know this about me. Like, I really do believe in second chances. And I know that's not a super fashionable thing these days, but, like, I really do. If someone's being an asshole, goal is for them to stop being an asshole. And I don't think that just because they stop being an asshole immediately, they get what they had before. But I believe in getting yourself to the place that lets you be good to yourself, good to everybody. And yeah, like, fuck, why wouldn't you want a good life for everyone? Even people who fucked up, recognize they fucked up, went through the shit that they ended up face the consequences of their actions and shit like that, and then get to be a good person. That is my hope for fucking everybody. This is the 400th chance, and I don't think that he went through any of the reckoning that he needed to get. So, like, I'm not being a fucking cancel culture, this person should never work again kind of thing, because I generally do not believe that.
Right. Yeah, and like, I feel like we've said all the things that need to be said, or like the feelings that we have. Like, even if you believe in second chances, Columbus, what was that? That was the second chance, and he fucked it up before coaching a single game. I mean, it's the stories go back so far, and I just think that for the Oilers, this doesn't make a ton of sense for. It makes a ton of sense because the Oilers are so fucking desperate that they are going to take the biggest swing imaginable. But given the circumstances, given the McDavid window, given all of that, if this big swing does not connect, they are going to have the most Looney Tunes miss of all time, and the consequences of that are probably going to be astounding, whether it's like McDavid leaving, whether it's just how many chances Edmonton has taken on things that, like, we, even as the dumbest people in the world, can be like, are you sure about that? Whether it's Stan Bowman, whether it's Babcock, all of these big swings that have elements of like, are you sure that's a good idea? If they miss on this swing, they are going to swing and fall on their face and lose their shoes in the batter box.
Perfectly put. I don't think we talked about it on the show, but when the Nurse trade request came out and you're thinking of like, where can they go? Are they a good fit and everything? We were talking about, I think we brought up Columbus, and I did what I do with a lot of hockey takes now, which was like, text Shayna, is this a smart thing, before I say it publicly? And I was like, what about Nurse to Columbus for Kent Johnson? Distressed asset, high draft pick. Oilers, say what you will about them, and Stan Bowman, say what you will about him. They're pretty good at identifying, hey, you drafted this guy high, you're ready to move on, we are ready to take him. Matt Savoy's a bad example because that was like a good player for a good prospect kind of thing, but Vasily Podkolzin we talk about all the time. Maybe Kent Johnson's that next guy, that high draft pick, 5th overall, who wasn't really working out with the team, so let's do a Nurse for Johnson thing. And she was like, oh man, that sounds like a smart trade. Could see both teams doing it. Maybe Columbus would want to get rid of some more money, but you figure that shit out. And I was like, yeah, I think that's pretty smart. And I was on Oilers Nation that day, and I'm on with Tyler and Liam, and I was like, boys, I got the trade. Darnell Nurse to Columbus for Kent Johnson. And right away they say, no, you can't do that because he was one of the kids that was there in Columbus. And I was like, fucking right. So hiring this fucking guy is good. We've already heard the agents say, I would have some pause about having one of my clients go there. And I don't think they're going to want to play for Babcock's. That is a trade that a smart hockey person in Shayna Goldman says, yeah, that's a smart thing. They should try to do something like that. And they wouldn't be able to do it because they're hiring a coach who add Kent Johnson and a million other players. So like anyone who's had to deal with this guy, you have to assume had a bad experience with them. You are tying a hand behind your back that does not need to be tied, fam.
I do wonder, though, like I mentioned McDavid fleeing, and I brought this up beforehand. Maybe he signs on the first day that he's eligible to sign that extension. Because, again, if I'm doing this, if I'm the Oilers, I'm like, okay, we'll hire the coach that you want, but this is a massive gamble for us, both optically and as an organization and a hockey club. So, like, if this is your guy and you want us to stick our necks out for him, why don't you stick your neck out for him and sign in a long-term extension as soon as you can?
Same thing you said last time you brought this up. Why wouldn't Connor McDavid just go tell them to go fuck themselves?
Yeah. I don't have an answer to that.
Well,
Yeah,
they
that's
could
just one of
say
those
then
things
we're
where-
not hiring the guy that you want then. But
Right.
the problem is,
And then he
this
tells
is
them to go
not
fuck
McDavid's.
themselves.
I am not buying that this is McDavid's idea. I'm buying
I mean,
that
yeah.
the
I mean,
Oilers
it is non-zero McDavid idea, though.
I think it's Cates' idea, and they said these are the guys. Talk to all these coaches, and McDavid liked Babcock the most of them. I could see that, but I'm not ready to put this evil on Connor McDavid because here's the thing.
I don't know.
I already don't like some of the people who could be in on this decision, so I'm choosing to put it all on them so I don't have to add more people on the Oilers
Valid.
to not like.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair, and I get that from a copium perspective, but also, like, all the languaging that's coming out of Edmonton has suggested that, like, McDavid and co have banged the drum for this guy.
Yeah, the hire this man thing.
Yeah, like, this is our guy.
And
I feel like-
I don't want to speak ill of a friend, but I think that we can put 2 and 2 together that Zach Hyman likes Mike Babcock.
Yeah.
He came up under Mike Babcock,
His brother just hired
him.
hired his son.
Find me someone Zach Hyman doesn't like.
hired
though.
his kid. Yeah. And what I would say to Zach Hyman respectfully is you were going to be you no matter who you had as a coach. I am convinced that, like, and I think that we would all think, like, Zach Hyman was not going to be deterred. He was going to be an NHL player, and he was going to stick. And I know that, and the fact that he did it under who we think is like the biggest asshole coach speaks to that. So I would just say,
it's
like,
also funny that, like, we're talking about Zach Hyman, like Mike Babcock unlocked the level of success that we know to be attached to Zach Hyman. That came when he went to Edmonton.
Jay Woodcroft unlocked Zach Hyman. But again, like, that was like Zach Hyman, you were you no matter what. So I hope that Hyman doesn't feel any sort of like owed allegiance to Mike Babcock, because at least from a million feet away, you just have that fucking dog in you, dude.
Yeah, this is just very confusing to me. It's such a confusing swing for the Oilers.
I don't like it. Sean, do you have more to say?
No, I mean, I was just gonna say, when Pete was bringing up that a lot of the messaging was coming from like McDavid, I feel like a lot of the messaging, particularly recently, like the last couple of days, is that it's a Cats thing, and like I don't know. I'm not again. I just can't, like, if I'm Connor McDavid, I am not signing shit for nobody, and I am calling their bluff and being like, what are you gonna do? Not hire the guy and then watch me walk away? Like, no, you're gonna do what I want. He's got.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all in agreement that this has Daryl Cates' fingerprints on it first and foremost, because he's at the very top. And you're right. In like recent weeks, that like there's been reports that he was furious about the way that this season ended, and I don't think that any of this happens if Cates does not sign off on it. Of course.
Oh yeah,
I know that you're doing like a little devil's advocate there.
No. I'm saying Sean's right that like like the most recent reporting has been tied to Cates, but right after the Babcock news started to trickle out, and like Bob was talking about like that this was probably going to happen, he was going to be their guy. A lot of that was player driven, because people were making the argument and asking the questions as to why would they hire this guy to like coach Connor McDavid when you have a 1-year Connor McDavid window. And the answer is because Connor McDavid and the leadership group in Edmonton have signed off on it. Like, they're not going to make this move if it's a big surprise and it pisses off their leadership core there. That's just the simple matter of fact. So regardless of how much the percentage was that was signed off by the player group, at least at the very top, the top pillars of that player group did say, yes, this is absolutely our guy. And the languaging said, this is fucking our guy. Go get him.
I also wonder how much, like, if there's a possibility Cates is like, I don't really care what they think. If we win a Stanley Cup this year, they're going to stick around. Like, if there's a little bit of a willingness to risk pissing them off, like, immediately and over this year and next year. Because, like, I mean, like, if the Oilers go back to the Stanley Cup next year, even if they don't win, do you think Connor McDavid is going to leave?
Well, I feel like they just say, well, one more year to figure it out and try to win, and that will be the worst fucking summer ever.
I could see a world in which, you know, it might not have been the most enthusiastic approval from those stars if Cates was gung-ho about it, and they're just like, because like if McDavid, especially knowing how McDavid operates, if McDavid's like, I'm leaving next year or I'm leaving in 2 years no matter what, you think he's going to throw a big fit over this at this point if it's something he can at least tolerate? Like, I don't know. I don't know why I even care. It doesn't matter. Like, the Oilers
I don't know why.
It's gonna kind of fuck everything up regardless. But
you and me both, baby.
I just really want to live in a world in which Connor McDavid leaves the Edmonton Oilers, I guess. Is really what
yourself.
I want to be clear. That's not what I necessarily want. I want to live in a world in which there's a sweepstakes. He can go back to the Oilers. I just want there to be drama.
We've had that with like Stamkos.
Oh, you want drama
like
for the Oilers? Good luck, pal.
Well, yeah. I want Connor McDavid. I want Leafs fans to spend 2 months being like, we're getting him, and making an absolute fool of themselves on the internet just for him to sign in like Pittsburgh or some crazy shit. And like, that would be awesome.
They've spent legitimately 6 years doing that already.
I know. Imagine the levels it would reach if Connor McDavid's like, I'm testing free agency. There's going to be people getting like tattoos of Connor McDavid in Leafs jerseys.
The like Oilers fucking counter of like on some absolute bullshit has just been reset every month at most for the past 10 years?
Yeah.
Like every 30 days, you just got to be like, all right, guess we're on the most fucking ridiculous bullshit any team has ever been on. And here we are. Like, they almost went, I would say that this was kind of relative, like a normal-ish year for the Oilers in the sense that, like, they were never, the peaks and valleys weren't quite as drastic.
Yeah, I mean, they were pretty, like, they were just in the mud.
They were just like a mid team.
Yeah, they were just in the mud. I'll tell you what. Every now and then, I haven't done it in a while, but every now and then something will happen. It's usually with it's like really only with the Bruins where I'm like, you know what? Lord forgive me. I'm tapping back in. I'm jumping on the conference call.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit in on the press conference, make sure everything I want to be asked gets asked, and if it doesn't, hello, old friend, I've got a question. And everyone's like, we don't know who you are, man. Everyone left. You don't know anyone here anymore. I want to be on the conference call or the Zoom that introduces Mike Babcock.
I mean, there's going to be some fascinating questions because the Edmonton media can be a little bit insane at times, let's say. I love them. I love a lot of people, but they're crazy people. And a lot of members of that media have banged the drum of like, do not hire this guy. There have been several media members that have been like, absolutely not. This is a bad fucking idea. And now they have to start off on day one working with this guy, trying to like get in his good graces.
Yeah, but here's what I would tell them. Mike Babcock's not going to give you anything anyway. Okay? Felger says this all the time when he can tell that certain reporters are like afraid to say something bad about this coach or this whatever. Like he would say that with the reporters who would like kiss Belichick's ass. He was like, why are you doing, like, you think Belichick's going to like slip you a scoop? Belichick never wants to see you or talk to you. Don't be any nicer to him than you have to be. Report on what's going on. And that would be my suggestion.
Max says you won't be on the call because Babs will have your phone looking through your pics.
That's why he's like, hey, you guys, hey, players, I know that you're going to retire and go into the media. Let me get your phone now so you can never jump on any conference calls with me.
Is Kate's the kind of owner that will get out there, or is he going to make Bowman answer all these questions? Because I agree, you probably won't get much from Bab himself, but I don't really know how they operate. Where because it is kind of what happened in Buffalo a lot, where like people would have problems with what was going on in the organization. Obviously, not anything like this, but and it was Kevin Adams who had to get in front of a podium, and you never really heard from Pagula.
I mean, I think Bowman will have to wear a lot of this, but I mean, I have so many questions I want to ask.
I mean, what is Bowman going to do? Go up there and be like, I don't know if people should get second chances in the NHL after they've had some checkered histories.
I would ask him that though. Like, seriously, get me on this. I'm benefit of the doubt. I will say, I'm sure the Oilers will be very amenable to letting me jump on that call. But I would ask Bowman about the second chances thing that we talked about, where like, hey, you put in the work and you not everyone was happy that you got to work again, but you put in the work. You forged relationships with, I think, people who is important for you to have relationships with. You volunteered. You've been doing anti-bullying and anti-sexual assault shit and everything. Like, dude, you've taken, whether people like you or not, you've taken good steps. Okay, I can wrap my head around that. It fucking clocks to me. Okay, I get it. You did that because that was important to you, right? This guy didn't. So what's the deal? Or did he do these things like for love of the game and just like we never heard about it? Because that would be good to know if he went through whatever fucking trainings he needed to go through. I also want to ask Mike Babcock if you watched Heated Rivalry. He had a lot of downtime.
Fair. Yeah, I mean, like for Babcock and for like Carter Hart, when Carter Hart said, I'm going to do like a lot of work to grow and change as a person in the preseason or when he first signed with Vegas, Sean Gentili asked him at the Cup, was like, what have you done?
Yeah,
and there was just extremely vague answer with like no real material evidence of anything done to progress your character.
Yeah.
So like at least for Bowman, there was things that you could put down on paper and have some sort of receipt to say, I'm at least trying, at least on paper. Whether or not that you actually believe in whatever work was done and the validity of it, at least there's something to put down. There is a concrete answer to that. It doesn't exist for Carter Hart. It does not exist for Mike Babcock, as far as I'm concerned. And that's why it's hard to believe that there's any sort of change or growth. That's it.
Yes.
That's not. It's not the you don't ever get a second chance. I do believe in reform, but if you want me to believe in your reform, you have to give me something. You have to give me something that makes me believe you, and I don't have that for Mike Babcock right now.
Ryan Rashog said that it sounds like the final details of a contract are being nailed down, but barring a last-minute rush, wouldn't expect a press conference in Edmonton until early next week for Babcock. So you get to sit with it for a little bit.
We have episodes Monday and Wednesday. Next week,
At least you don't have to get a tattoo.
Off my fucking, if I have to get off my keister, okay, apologies out there, pardon my French, but I saw Max is in the audience, so wanted to color up my language. If I have to get off this booty of mine on Tuesday to come into work for Mike Babcock on Tuesday, I'm not going to do this and hold up next time, okay? When Sean was reading the Babcock stuff earlier, I was doing this, and if I heard something I hated enough, I was just going to let it go.
Like, you're going to punch me?
Yeah, I was going to punch you. But it was going to be like a friendly shoulder punch.
Yeah, I'll be not to be offensive.
You could say, yeah.
I'm not scared of you punching
Yeah,
me.
you'd be, well, if you're bracing, I think you probably wouldn't even move.
I don't even know if I have to brace.
No. Please.
I had a friend break his wrist at a party in college because he tried to. We were playing punches and rounds, and one of my friends slipped a punch and broke the kid's wrist just in a cast for the rest of the school year. Yeah. So don't slip the punch. You got to sit there and take it, or else
I could do, to bring it back to Michael Kesselring, I could do Simone Benoit. Just fucking do a Superman punch that misses, and everyone's like, "Oh, sick!"
I mean, that's crazy. I hadn't considered both Simone Benoit and Michael Kesselring have been traded in the span of 3 days.
True.
Oh yeah.
So
That's
that is
Sabre Sharks best rivalry in hockey now.
yeah.
Why aren't they?
Or Bruin Sharks, I mean.
Why aren't they talking about that? Okay, get to know Michael Kesselring. Great guy. Has 2 cats. Doesn't decorate much, but maybe depending on how long his contract is in San Jose, maybe he will. I do kind of feel for him because when he went to Buffalo, he was saying that he was very happy that it was a place where he could potentially put down roots that was close to home because he's a New Hampshire boy. Mm-hmm. And I think his dad, or he has some family somewhere, or maybe his dad has family in Toronto or whatever. So it was a good proximity in Buffalo. Now he's back all the way in San Jose, but San Jose is a good situation for him hockey-wise.
San Jose and New Hampshire are one and the same.
Yeah.
Many say that.
It's going to be good for him. We have a couple of clips we're going to play. Sharks fans, I think, have been waiting for a defenseman they can get excited about. I know they've not had great experience with some of their veteran defensemen, shall we say. Not big John Klingberg fans, not big Dmitry Orlov fans. I get it. Here is Michael Kesselring on the show with us talking about his inspiration as a defenseman.
John Klingberg's kind of a weird one. I always tell everybody I love John Klingberg, when he was in his prime in Dallas. I was a little bit older at that point, but just the righty with the offensive ability. I loved watching him for whatever, just the way he moves as a righty. I like him a lot.
All right, so think of him as a John Klingberg type. Sharks
That's
fans.
insane, dude.
I did not know where that was going, and I
Me
totally
either.
forgot that he was John Klingberg's my idol. To be fair, John Klingberg was a really good player at a certain point
Dallas
in time.
John Klingberg?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. But yeah, I rewatched a bunch of it. The interview's on YouTube. It's 55 minutes. It's so long, but it's such a good hang. And yeah, I also had forgotten that because I was asking him, he grew up a Bruins fan and he's a tall defenseman. But I was like, so given your age, would you have been a Chara guy or would you have been a Dougie Hamilton guy? And he was like,
John
good
Klingberg.
question. John Klingberg. Awesome. Really, really good. Shout out John Klingberg. Shout out Michael Kesselring. And then another clip of him is This is just a fun clip talking about numbers because he's been on a million different teams and he wears different numbers everywhere he goes. So here is him. This, I think, gives you a little sense of his personality. You are a 3-team
Number swapper.
Number. You are all over the place, my guy. Explain yourself.
7's my number. 7. It used to be 4 growing up. College, they didn't give me 4. So there was not a lot to pick from, so I just picked 23. Didn't really like 23, and then I finally got 7 in Bakersfield. That's when I had my really good year. I'm like, 7 is my number. I'm good. And then traded to Arizona. It's retired, or frowned upon. Retired. It should be retired. Keith Kachuk. And then got to wear it in Utah. I was pumped. Good year. And then I was like, I can't wear 7 again. So I like single digits. I just think it looks good with my last name for whatever reason. I don't really love 5. Like I used to joke around with my dad, like Plumber D wear 5 that just like shoot the puck off the glass and cross check people.
Buddy, this is a Cody Cece show. Watch your mouth.
So I was like, I'm going to wear 8. And I was like, oh, OV, but there's so many guys that wear 8. So I was like, I'll just wear 8. We'll try it out for the year and see how it goes.
Okay. Numbers available, single digits in San Jose. 2 is taken by Will Smith for now.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking relax.
3, 4, and 5 were taken by Klingberg, Nick Leddy, and Vinny Desharnais, respectively, last season, but they're all free agents. Sam Dickinson wears number 6. Dmitry Orlov wears number 9.
9?
So 7 and 8, both available, as is 1, I think is important.
I was going to say.
Let's not rule out 1 for
I
our
thought you
guy.
were just skipping over 1. I need somebody to be a man, to be cool as shit, and wear number 1 as a skater. I think it would be fucking awesome. And why not cat guy Michael Kesselring in San Jose? That would be the perfect team for someone to do that.
Now, if Chat said this, but famously, Sam Dickinson is a birthday twin of mine. I'd forgotten about it until I looked him up.
I know where this is going, I think.
Sam Dickinson is a left shot defenseman who
God
wears
damn
number
it.
6. Sam Dickinson is born 6'7", wears 6, and I think that a Dickinson Kesselring pairing makes a lot of sense. So
I knew this is where you were
Sharky
going.
could be, let's just say 6'7" ain't dying anytime soon.
I mean, a 6-7 pairing on the blue line, plus it's Sam Dickinson and Michael Kesselring.
I was going to say,
like,
just plus it's the Sharks.
And it's the
And-
most
and
middle
on
school
the
ass
Sharks,
team in the
yes.
league. Yeah.
but like those two personalities, we've had them both on the show. They're both incredibly whimsical guys. It makes way too much sense.
And Chat saying that pairing would be the Dick Ring pairing.
Oh my Jesus Christ.
It's too good. It writes itself.
Dick Ring 6'7".
Dick Ring 6'7" goes crazy. That's your partner. That is your son and your partner, Michael Kesselring.
6'7" on my Dick Ring podcast.
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
No, that's good. That is really good. And that is for sure the social clip today. Thank you, everybody, for your participation. Also in Sabres news from Darren Drager. Multiple teams exploring a trade with the Buffalo Sabres involving D-man Bo Byram. Byram has 1 year left on his contract before becoming an unrestricted free agent. Agent Darren Ferris. A lot of weird comma use from Darren Drager on this one. Agent, Darren Ferris has history with marching players to the open market. Motivation for trade consideration. This is interesting to me because I was under the impression that the Sabres liked Byram at this point.
They should.
I thought he had
Yeah,
a
I was
good
gonna say they
season.
should.
I think there was talk that Jarmo wanted to extend him. I thought maybe I'm just making that up. 25-year-old left shot defenseman who can play the right side. Now, I'm trying to get into like why would they trade him? Obviously, it sounds like he might want to just go to free agency no matter what. So maybe you want to get something for him. But also there's this. Sabres are paying Rasmus Dahlin $11 million a year till 2032. Owen Power, $8.35 million until 2031. They have Matthias Samuelsson under contract for the next 4 years at $4.28 million per, but they're going to have to give him a big raise after that. So I wonder if they're just trying to calculate for, we can't have a million defensemen making huge money. And within the next 5 years, assuming we keep all these guys, we are. So we have to move one of them out. And if Byram wants to go to free agency, then just timing wise, this makes sense.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not like a huge shock also from Byram's end. There's always noise around that guy for some reason. We had to put a moratorium on.
Had to.
But we did. It was getting ridiculous. I was so sick of Bo and Byram trade talk. And as soon as I said it, all of you guys are like, yeah, that's pretty fair.
Stop whining.
No. So,
I love when I play that and you say no.
So, like, I don't know if it's the Darren Ferris element. I don't know if it's Bo and Byram just always wanting like a little bit more for himself, having like aspirations. And to be fair, he's trending in the right way for the things that he said to have wanted for himself. Mm-hmm. So, like, far be it for me to say like, no, you don't deserve that. But I wonder what you get back for Bo and Byram at this point in time, given what the ask projects to be or is reported to be on his next contract. Like, who's paying Bo and Byram $10 million? Who's jerking off to that?
I don't know if they're jerking off to 10, but like, or even if they're jerking off to fucking
Fuck that guy.
what?
9?
But yeah, I don't know what his contract is. So maybe they're kind of like me and they're like, I'm afraid to do all that math, so just go ahead.
Yeah, like I would be like, I'm going to need a sign and trade here.
Yeah.
I'm going to need to know I'm going to need that cost certainty, brother, before I unload some real assets to go acquire this guy.
Sean?
A couple of things. First off, I am certainly not basing my decision on Bo Byram based on what I may or may not have to pay Matthias Samuelsson in 5 years. Like, I'm absolutely I love Matthias Samuelsson.
Stop whining.
Absolutely letting that guy walk if it means keeping what I think is reasonable to expect Bo Byram to be in 5 years. Like, I think it's pretty reasonable. I think he could become a $10 million defenseman in a handful of years. Not ready to pay him that right now. I mean, a handful of years with the cap going up, I could see him being a $10 million defenseman.
Who are you and what have you done with Sean that you're not prioritizing Matthias Samuelsson? I feel like that's weird work.
Bo Byram is better than Matthias Samuelsson, like, already.
I agree. But I mean,
so
there
he's
is
only
a
gonna get
sizable gap in what they like. 10. If you're asking me if I'd rather have Matthias Samuelsson at like $4.5 million,
yeah, but that's
versus
not the question.
Bo Byram at $10 million, I'm taking Matthias Samuelsson.
Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about. DJ was talking about having to give Matthias Samuelsson a big pay raise in 5 years, and if that is your concern and why you're not keeping Bo Byram, I'm saying you let Matthias Samuelsson get paid somewhere else because Bo Byram is already better than Matthias Samuelsson. I also just wonder, like, what is Bo Byram's trade value, knowing that he's only got a year of control, and we talk about his agent constantly driving him to free agency, and he's proven to want, like you've said, he's quite ambitious. He wants opportunity, and presumably that he wants that opportunity because he wants money, which is completely fair. I would be cautious if I was another team trading for Bo Byram, unless you're doing it as a rental at the trade deadline type of thing, because it'd be hard to expect him to stick around. So I'm curious what he would get if he were traded.
I think that they can take Byram and pick number 20, jump up to 18. Fuck off. That would rule. And
so
like
fucked.
that, like admin posts like, we stay on the move, eye emoji. We're like, damn, how high are they gonna get? We have traded Zach Metza and the 18th overall pick for the 19th. I'm just kidding.
Somebody threw this out to me this morning. What about like the framework of a deal that is Byram for Mason McTavish? That to me would be really fun.
Not in a million years.
Why?
Because do you think that shit? Why can't I think of the general manager's name?
Yarmo?
In
Anaheim?
Shoot. Glasses guy.
Verbeek. Pat Verbeek.
Verbeek, yeah.
Do you think Pat Verbeek wants to deal with Bo Byram? Because I can guarantee you what he doesn't want to do.
Oh, in terms that would have to be the sign and trade.
Like he better be signed when he gets there because this is a player who wants to play hardball in a contract negotiation. Fuck yourself.
Absolutely. That is absolutely very true.
With what he just went through with McTavish, no way.
Yeah.
Speaking, I don't know if this matters at all in this situation, but Troy Terry is missing 4 to 6 months due to surgery.
Damn.
So Doug's breaking news. I don't. I would just be curious. Yeah, I would be curious what the market for Bo Byram would look like. But I think he's a very good player. Like I think he's was very obviously amazing in the first round against the Bruins. Had a good season. Did well on the power play when he got that opportunity that he was asking for. So in his defense, when he's gotten what he's wanted, he's done something with it. So I don't know. I like Bo Byram. I don't want to trade him. They're obviously in a very difficult cap situation right now, and we don't know if he's going to even want to stick around. So
I am sure this conversation will continue and
every day,
never end. So
we should have Bo Byram.
There is a running clock on the Bo Byram trade. Like I don't know what it is yet.
Stop whining.
I don't know. I don't know what my my point is where I will say enough. We're not there yet, but given the history here, he's a repeat offender. That time is going to be shortened.
I think we should have a Bo Byram minute for every episode for the rest of the summer, even if he gets traded. I mean, Bo Byram. No update. That's the Bo Byram minute.
I don't hate that. Elsewhere in San Jose, the San Jose stuff got disrupted by a bunch of teams doing a bunch of weird stuff today. But San Jose gets Laila Edwards and more in the PWHL draft. I would say that is the headline of this draft that was long anticipated. We even learned the order this week. I'll say the big things from this draft were Laila Edwards fell all the way to 4, which I think was a big surprise given that we were talking earlier in the week, or at least I was saying, at 2, I would have a real tough time passing on Laila Edwards. But not only does one team pass on her at 2, Seattle passes, and then Vegas passes at 3, which is just quite surprising for me. KK Harvey goes first overall to the Golden Eyes. No surprise there. Abby Murphy to Seattle. Vegas goes oops all offense. Goes Tessa Janicki 3, Lacey Eden 5, Issy Wonder 13, and then Swedish forward Josephine Boveng, who I'll just say straight up, I don't know who that is, 29th overall. But Vegas, with all these picks early, just throws a bunch of darts offensively. That is going to be a fun-ass team. And San Jose gets everyone cool. Edwards at 4, Tia Chan at 28th. I got a couple more things I want to hit, but I think the biggest headline is San Jose is just cool as fuck right now. Yep. Vibes are great in San Jose. You got Michael Kesselring. His cats are coming along. Got Laila Edwards, who I think could very well end up proving to be the best player in this draft. And then you also get Tia Chan. Shout out Tia.
And Andre Gasso.
Yes, Andre Gasso also on the way. Sean, yeah, you I'll be honest, I missed the first few picks of the draft because I forgot what time it was. And I think that you put in our group chat, you're like, fuck, Laila Edwards is falling.
I don't know if I did that, so I don't want to take credit for it necessarily. But yeah, I mean, ultimately I think I'm happy about it. I think Laila Edwards in San Jose is kind of cool as shit. And San Jose, I think it is cool that San Jose has such an awesome, is like Hockey Town USA all of a sudden. Over the course of 2 years, it's become the center of at least the pop culture hockey community, I guess. I just think that is very cool. And yeah, I don't know. I think San Jose is the perfect place for both her and Michael Kesselring. I think they have gotten in 24 hours 2 very cool young hockey players. Fucking Laila's outfit, even if it was sponsored by Red Bull, tough as shit.
Outfits were very good at the draft.
Yeah. And the
KK Harvey's was
I think
flawless.
The photo shoot that was that I used for the picture for Laila Edwards in the thumbnail, that pictures of the cities on the wall, that shit is very cool.
Tasteful.
Very good aesthetic.
They curated a vibe.
We're also a week away from the Sharks potentially having Ivar Stenberg.
Yeah.
Hell
Or, like,
Yeah, I forgot. That's why
Keaton
they're another
Verhoff,
cool young
maybe.
player. Probably not Verhoff. Probably not that guy.
Dude,
Respect that
Can't
man.
fucking help himself.
We are going to be so fucking fed if they take Keaton Verhoff second overall. And I'm going to say fuck you to every Sharks fan.
Get
I'm gonna-
ready. We don't do victory laps very
Yeah.
often, but if the it'll be a very bittersweet victory lap because I do want Stenberg on the Sharks. But if they take Verhoff, we get to take the biggest victory lap that any podcast has ever taken. And there have been a podcast that take a lot of victory laps. We're going to take the biggest victory lap, most beautiful victory lap you've ever seen.
And not even that we're saying they're going to draft Keaton Verhoff, but just we said like, oh man, way before lottery, like that would be, man, a dream scenario. If they could just somehow get like a Keaton Verhoff or something, their future is just absolutely set. And it's just been met with like, no, they wouldn't want him. They would want somebody else. Like, Jesus, fucking relax.
They're like, I feel like Chad has been for months just making up defensemen to say are better than Keaton Verhoff and just like slotting him down their trade board. Keaton Verhoff's going to be awesome. And you guys are going to have to eat shit whether he plays for the Sharks.
Well,
or
and
not.
I think that people are dumb to look at the defenseman who went to play college and didn't look as good as when he was playing junior and doesn't look as good playing college as these other players when they're playing junior. This is shocking. What could the difference possibly be? Blowing my mind. Crazy.
Well, this has become one of the greatest psyops of all time then, because Sharks fans have managed to convince the best draft analysts on the planet that Keaton Verhoff is also not the best defenseman in the draft. He's
Yeah,
pretty
I mean-
Oh, yeah,
unanimously
and he
behind
might
other
not
people.
be.
K-pop
Well, I'm
stands got fucking Andrew Wiggins elected to the,
Okay,
the
yeah,
All-Star game.
I suppose
San Jose
that's true.
fans move in numbers, and they are loud on the internet. So
I'm hoping like draft boards aren't being influenced by the peer pressure of Sharks fans on the internet. But I
Yeah.
guess I can't eliminate it from being a possibility.
To get back to what you were saying about just like fun players are there, I just think that the Sharks have all of these standable players the San Jose has all of the standable players, and please do it healthily. Sharks fans are very willing to stand.
Yeah.
Like perfect
And-
match. And I don't know if these players want to be stand, quite frankly,
Well, that's
but
what I was
as
gonna
long as
say.
you're respectful about it,
I think Laila is embracing it. Like she said on multiple points that she's like embracing the role of being a role model. And I think she had a quote last night talking about how she hopes to have a fan in every building she plays in. Like it certainly seems like she understands kind of her place in hockey, being an exciting black woman in entering this league in this moment. And like that, I think is cool because like I think there's something really endearing about like kind of the Will Mack experience of them kind of reluctantly embracing it, like the old Judy Duperter do a spin for me. Like they clearly don't want to be there, but they're not like upset that it's happening type of thing. Like that's certainly endearing, but I think there's going to be something really cool about the way that Laila just embraces being not only a star, but being like an important figure in sports.
The Sharks are also powered by friendship, and I do like the idea of like two teams in San Jose having that friendship reach across the leagues, and like the Sharks and PWHL. So two big stars now to kind of like build around both those teams, young stars. That's gonna be cool. And
I think
Sean, I gotta ask the question to you.
shout out Big Star.
San Jose is blackest city in hockey.
I mean, I would say the most important people in San Jose hockey right now are Mike Greer and Laila Edwards. So you could argue.
I like
And-
that Pete asked Sean if people are black.
Well, I mean, I have been the authority on the blackest team in hockey on the show.
I know that's not what he was doing, but like, Sean, I'm going to put this to you. Who would know better than you? Some of these people black.
We're all wondering. But no, I
Settle a
am.
bit.
I think what's really cool too is you saw it. Like I think you see it with the emergence of new teams. Like you saw it in Arizona. I think you're going to see it in Utah. I think it's going to be cool in San Jose in 15, 20 years when you start seeing this new generation of NHL, PWHL players that have come from the Bay Area because of the moment that hockey is having right now when they're kids. Like I think that stuff is always cool. especially if you start getting like you getting these kids from like Oakland who have lost their baseball team, and now you have hockey coming in at this moment, and you have like potentially a wave of black kids playing hockey from the Bay, which by the way, the Bay is like per capita produces the greatest athletes of all time. Like especially back in like the 80s and 90s, it was fucking unbelievable. But like I just think the potential of what this moment for San Jose hockey can mean for hockey at large, I think is very, very cool to me.
And just non-white, they also drafted Tia Chan.
Yeah.
And that's
again,
where a lot of my standpoints are going. My sister went to UConn. I'm a fan of anyone who comes out of UConn. Shout out UConn athletes. Tia Chan, hell yes.
And that's another and the Bay has a massive Asian population. So like it's another thing where like if you have these stars that represent these minority communities in places, in particular in places that have such large populations of those communities, like it could be, man, I just want NHL and PW in 20 years is going to be overrun with black and Asian players from the Bay Area, and people are going to be sick about it. And it's going to be fucking awesome.
I don't like your use of overrun.
Oh, well, no, like we're coming to take this shit over.
Overrun sounds like, I feel like you were close to using the word like infestation. Like you're far be it from me to choose your verbiage on this, but I'm not crazy about overrun there.
I'm going to remove myself from this conversation completely because chat will just dissect everything that I say. So
yeah. Like you're doing
I get to say it. We're coming to take over.
Yeah, I think you're painting like a Kendrick Lamar To Pimp a Butterfly album cover type of thing. Is that what you're saying?
Sure. Yeah. Except it's black and Asian hockey players squatting in front of the White House.
That's not what the cover of To Pimp a Butterfly is? That was a bunch of black and Asian hockey players. Famous Kendrick Lamar album.
Yeah, his favorite Kendrick Lamar album.
Yeah, shout out to Kendrick Lamar. Here's a detail from the PWHL draft that I thought was very funny and interesting. We talked about how the Sirens got boned draft order wise. Kirsten Sims fell to them at pick number 7. Like, them being fucked over got fixed by the hockey gods, and they passed. They took Emma Bechtel instead, which Emma Bechel's great defenseman, and I think they're just going D over forward there. But I thought it was funny to me that Sirens fans are probably like, oh my God, wait, is it happening? It's happening? Holy shit, yes, thank you, Hamilton. Okay, amazing. What? That's always fun. And then speaking of Hamilton, it is a Megan Duggan league, folks.
I know where this is going. I know where this is going.
Lacey Eden at 5, Jada Ginla in the second round.
Jada Ginla. That rocks. Oh,
yeah. I mean, my like teams having a Ginlas.
I was going to say permission to use the word overrun in an endearing sense now that precedent has been set.
Hockey being overrun.
Hockey's about to be overrun by the Ginlas, and that rules.
Also, Hamilton didn't take Lacey Eden. They took the Finnish woman.
Loutanainen? Yeah.
Nelly Lehtinen?
Yeah, Lacey Eden went to Vegas, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I apologize.
I like that. I like the Hamilton is international. Like a bunch of the rosters from the Golden Horseshoe, but then also first round pick, Finn, manager, American. Like the Hamilton's gonna fucking rock.
Yeah, dude. I just at first I was like gonna have like a love-hate relationship with Hamilton because I want Megan Duggan to look to make a lot of people look dumb. Because like if she was good at her job in the NHL and then she just goes and absolutely proves to be like the best GM in the PWHL, I think it'll open up some conversations of like, fuck, when we have a good person in a job, should we promote them instead of letting them leave to go get that experience? Or is this going to be like Megan Duggan is going to be a superstar GM, the next fucking Eric Tulsky, and we have stannable GMs in the PWHL? I love that. Or is the NHL going to be like, fuck, we want you back. Get a bag. Sky's the fucking limit for Megan Duggan, and she's doing, I mean, all this is on paper so far, but I think doing an amazing job. Just coming, I love somebody coming into the league, total newcomer, and just fucking saying, this is mine, running this shit. So it's going to be tough for me to not root for Hamilton, even though I'm still upset about the Alina Mueller of it all.
This is all very exciting. Like seeing the draft board, seeing how many names are there that like I recognize and that I'm excited to watch in the PW next year. Like that's very good spot to be in.
It's such like a it's like I'm genuinely excited to like see what these players look like. And like I said, one of the times that we talked about this, like I think one of the cool things about it is that we do know to a certain extent what these players look like. Like we saw them in the Olympics play with the best players on the planet already, and a lot of them, especially at the top of the draft, balled out. So it's going to be like we know that like this isn't going to be disappointing. Like we know that like off rip they should be impact players in the PWHL, which I think is a very cool situation.
Elsewhere, the Boston Bruins will retire Patrice Bergeron's number 37 next season. This is a controversial move, as Patrice Bergeron, I think, not to dig up old stuff, but if you look into his past, he has never done anything wrong in his life and was just, everyone would call him a perfect player, and that was very accurate.
Yeah, just the only person in the history of the world to be called perfect and have no pushback whatsoever.
Like Tom Hanks, think Tom Hanks before Elvis.
0 appearances from Patrice Bergeron in the Epstein files. It's
Why did I know you were going there?
It's awesome.
As soon as
Woke
you
as
said
fuck
0,
on.
I was like, why is he bringing up Epstein?
I mean, it's a fair transition too because Patrice Bergeron, big champion of the P-Dub, loves the fleet.
Yeah.
Big champion of the P-Dub and women's hockey. So
he have a daughter, I believe. Do I remember that correctly? Like I remember him at the P-Dub game. I remember him at the P-Dub game wearing the fleet jersey, or at that time I think it was the PWHL Boston jersey. And I was there with his daughter. Maybe I'm making that part up, but
I think that I know that he's got a kid named Zach, I think.
okay.
I think he's got a kid named Zach. I remember when he had the kid, and it was like new dad, Patrice Bergeron. Maybe he's got a bunch of kids. Who knows? Bet he's a hell of a dad because he's a hell of a guy. Really, really good dude. And
he has
just
4
like,
children.
What's 4 children?
Zach, Victoria, Noah, and Felix.
Oh, good names. Some hockey names in there too. Zach Ronaldo, Noah Cates, Victoire, and Felix Potvin.
There you go.
See how quick I did that? He's just a hockey guy. I will be there no matter what.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't miss it for the world. He's, I would say, my second favorite player in Bruins history.
Yeah, I don't know who mine would.
Like Ray Bourque, I was like the first player that I fell in love with growing up, so he'll kind of always hold number 1 for me, but like it's a 1A, 1B situation. Patrice Bergeron is perfect and just like so lucky to grow up rooting for a team where he was at the center of it. And then, like, obviously, like, Brad Marchand, like, is so spoiled by how many great Bruins that I got to watch over the years, but it all started and ended with Patrice Bergeron for me.
This is from NHL Rumor Report, an aggregating account. Nick Kiprio said yesterday on Sportsnet regarding the future of Sergei Bobrovsky, quote, "There are some suggestions that his ask is as high as $42 million over 6 or 7 years. I will tell you, Bob is 37 right now, but only until he turns 38 before next season. He's going to be 38 next season. I believe he was making $10 million a year on his last contract. Famously, he got the bag in free agency after playing well in the 2019 postseason, signed for 10 a year, I think, in Florida. This is a player who absolutely, we are not judging him at all for it, but like clearly is a Darrell Revis, like just, hey, you all talk amongst yourselves, figure out what the best contract is, come back to me, and I'm taking that.
Yeah, yep. It seems like this guy really likes money.
$42 million over, he will be, I'm going to be 38. And wait, am I 38? I'm 38. I'm going to be 38 at the start of next season. I'm not counting on being around another 6 or 7 years.
And here's the thing. Bob has won 2 Stanley Cups in Florida. So the narrative and the image and the reputation around Bob has changed, because in the first several years of his Florida contract, people said that is an albatross. That is one of the worst contracts in the National Hockey League, because Sergei Bobrovsky is a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde goaltender. He can be one of the best goaltenders in the entire league. We've seen it during the Panthers' Stanley Cup runs. He can also be a very average to even below average goaltender at times. So with that being the case during his 30s on a big contract, do you really want to say, all right, let's sign up for that again during his late 30s and early 40s? I am out.
Okay, I'm trying to do the math on what's 42 divided by 6. That's 7. So you want $7 million a year for Bob? I can, I guess, sort of wrap my head around that. But if I'm signing Bob for $7 million a year, I'm making it a 2-year contract.
I mean, like, I would sign Bob for like a 2-year, $9 million deal. Because in like,
per year?
yeah.
Damn.
Because, like, in one of those 2 years, he could win you a Stanley Cup if you're the right team. Like, if the Colorado Avalanche wanted to sign Sergei Bobrovsky, they probably don't have the money. But, like, if
They do not.
If they came into the money and they said, we're going to sign Sergei Bobrovsky, I would say that makes sense to me. At $9 million, if your goaltender can be a major key part of why you win a Stanley Cup, absolutely.
This seems like a cash grab.
That's his entire life.
It's his whole fucking thing.
That's
his
his
whole
whole
life is
thing.
just grabbing cash. Sometimes covering pucks, but always grabbing cash.
This seems like a cash grab.
So, like, a team that is a goaltender away from being a real Stanley Cup threat, sign Sergei Bobrovsky for like 2 years, $11 million.
Sean,
Give him a raise.
Sabres need a goalie. They have $11.9 million.
They have how much money?
They have $11.9 million.
And we're giving 9 of that to Sergei Bobrovsky.
Give him 11.9 of that because he wants it
You're-
all.
Yeah, I was
brother.
going to say. He
Yeah,
wants
good point.
a lot of money. Okay.
I don't know about that.
As this is the final, like, regular end of the, like, regular daily episode, we'll call it, of the season, I think this is a good time to share something that was sent to us from a whatnot. I can tell you,
Anthrax.
this whatnot. Wait, do I fucking have it? Yeah,
Wait,
I can.
is it anthrax?
Yeah, DJ called my my nice little note to the Whatnuts yesterday a suicide note. So
Yeah.
this
I
is
didn't even know
all
what he was
lead up
talking
to
about.
him
That's
revealing that a
crazy.
Whatnut sent us Anthrax.
Well, I think it was very nice what you said. But it
was
I could've
dramatic,
used- No.
maybe.
I think the messaging was wonderful, or I think the sentiment was wonderful. The messaging, though, I would have had a little splash of like, we're still doing episodes every week, and we're going to be here very often, so we're not going away, kind of thing. I'm just always afraid of like planting in people's heads. Okay, it's over. You can go home now. Do not go home. Stay with us through the summer. We're going to be checking in very frequently. So, but everything that Pete said is true sentiment-wise. We
and
had
logistically, it's our last daily episode.
it is our last daily episode until we have daily fucking updates on Mike Babcock throughout the summer. Luxury Trash, a great whatnot, sent a list of the things learned this season because you see, this is their first year. This is their first year as a whatnot.
Okay.
So I have here from Luxury Trash a document titled "What I've Learned in My First NHL Season as a Whatnot." And away we go. Too many men is a silly penalty because it means that the infracting team simply wants it more. Correct. Straight men actually can hear that special frequency previously thought to only be reserved for the ears of the girls, gays, and theys, which allows one to appreciate the music of Carly Rae Jepsen. Yeah, that is something that you learned because people don't know. Men like Carly Rae Jepsen, okay? It's men. Buffalo, New York is the greatest city in the world, which is why, despite having no actual championships, it is still the city of champions. Sean, clarify, there are some championships.
the one-time back-to-back National Lacrosse League champion Buffalo Bandits, and some AAA baseball championships in the history of the Buffalo Bisons.
Sharks fans are crazy, endearing. Avs fans are crazy, derogatory.
Hell yeah!
Honestly, there's a little bit of gray area in between both of those statements now.
Yeah, there's a little. I mean, but I think like Sharks fans, I love you, and I'm definitely a Sharks person. If I say that you're crazy derogatory, you're like, hell yeah, we are. Check out my knife.
Yeah, no, like so. Sharks fans, I love you. I know that we have a lot of you. I truly, genuinely love you, but you also scare the shit out of me. You're very scary. I don't want to offend you. I don't want to cross you. A lot of like Swifty fears there.
Stop whining.
Yes.
Never skip the section. Never skip the women's section of a pro shop. Very important. Glad you learned that. Hope everyone can learn that. Jeff Skinner deserves the world, but never gets his due. Shayna Goldman is the smartest human being alive.
Yep.
Real.
Never underestimate. Hold on. Wait a second.
Oh boy.
I'm going to find the exact one. Yeah. Never underestimate the power of capping off a zinger with a well-timed sound cue.
There you go.
Being a freak can actually be a great honor. Bonus points if you're a cute freak. Yes. But we should note that the initial use of freak was famously
Very derogatory.
It was derogatory from someone who doesn't say super derogatory things about people, but this was not a person. It was a fucking freak robot.
I would say like the learning a freak can be a good thing is like a lack of ball knowledge. I feel like what you've learned from this show has been that like being a freak can mean that you're a fucking scary android robot thing.
Yeah, I think you learned that
the
freak
that's
has
what we
multiple-
attach it to.
yeah.
It does not matter how many cups you win as a team captain. If even once your head is not up in the neutral zone, you should be traded.
Yeah, pretty much.
Glad you learned that. If you want them to win, you are not allowed to discuss the Los Angeles Kings. If you are a GM, all of your trade plans should somehow involve William Eklund.
Yep.
Every period, every shift, every shot has implications when it comes to Nathan McKinnon's Hart candidacy. That's a really good one. Shout out Sports Interaction.
Shout out Sports Interaction. I mean, that's paid for itself.
There you go.
People know your read by
your phrase by
heart.
By heart. Yeah.
By heart. Love
Yes.
that. Macklin Celebrini is the youngest person ever. Conversely, Sidney Crosby is the oldest person ever. Just because you're
diver.
like, what?
And a diver. I don't know if it shows up later on this list, but
Very
if you learn
important.
anything from me personally is that Sidney Crosby is a diver and an embellisher and a faker.
Things
Well,
we
at
learned
least-
this year.
At least he's good
We learned it
and
together.
tries. Just because you're a lifelong diehard Bruins fan does not mean you can't also be a Habs guy.
What the fuck?
learn that.
Big Table is one.
ain't worried about it.
Big Table, was that a blind
Yeah,
smash? I
it
love
worked out
that.
really well.
Yeah. Big Table is one of the most powerful special interests in America.
I'll say I love the redemption arc that Big Table has had this season.
Yeah,
we played some older clips and people were like, "Oh, legs, gross." So
People weren't happy with the table at first.
Yep.
Tell you that for free. Philadelphia Flyers are held up by four main pillars: spite, friendship, Rasmus Ristolainen, and an orange fuzzy monster that loves to shake ass. If you must tank, make sure to tank ethically. Sometimes the best broadcasters aren't even human. They're puppets. Victor Arvidsson.
most of the time, I would say.
Yeah, Victor Arvidsson is an in-demand first-line center. Team's leadership should never put out public statements, but fans purporting to speak on behalf of an entire fan base absolutely should, because that shit is hilarious. A playoff series does not truly begin until the away team wins and or the home team loses, depending on how the game is played. This is true. We never have to talk about the Tampa Bay Lightning. We don't want trouble. Always purchase the ugly alternate jersey, but do your best to make sure the player matches the vibe.
Yeah.
That is true. Like, if there's an ugly jersey, get it. If there's a little freakiness to it. Teams should not play dress up. Mascots are susceptible to bribes. What's that one?
I don't know. Wait, why, Sean? You got a little like smirk on your face.
No, I'm trying to think what that would be. Like I'm trying to think of what mascots we've talked about.
I was
like
waiting for it to get to
Husky.
some shit where I'm like, I don't remember that or know that.
What? Yeah, I mean Tusky or Sharky we've talked about. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I would bribe Sharky.
Oh, the
to-
Rolex.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
very good.
Bailey. Yeah.
Very good.
Thank you, Alicia Nicole.
When the Toronto Maple Leafs franchise is in disarray, hilarity ensues. Respectfully, whether you are a hockey fan or not, that's something that you had to learn. That should be common knowledge the second you are born.
Read it again. Sorry, I missed that one.
When the Toronto Maple Leafs franchise is in disarray, it's hilarious.
And now Pete's going to repeat that in 13 minutes.
I heard that the first time. I just wanted it to be repeated.
In Montreal, bonjour works much like aloha in Hawaii. Hello, goodbye, peace be with you, whatever you need it to mean. The best renditions of the American national anthem usually involve a reed instrument. Shout out my old guy. That guy was a zillion.
I love that shit.
I love that shit. Fuck VGK. Fuck Mike Love. LGBT actually stands for Let's Go Boston Fleet.
One of the worst signs I've ever seen, but I loved it so
Wrong.
much.
The best. A perfect weekday night is one in which there are 10 NHL games on TV. All roads lead to Edmonton, which is the theme of the following. Evan Bouchard can do no wrong. It does not matter if, from a technical perspective, he makes a mistake. That simply adds a little zest to what is the Evan Bouchard experience. I'm glad that you kind of came around there because the doing wrong is an important part of it.
Integral part of the experience.
An encouraged part.
Like you always tell me to stop whining.
Yeah.
That's
actually Arnold.
I was whining when Evan Bouchard wasn't doing enough stupid shit.
You were getting a little bored.
Yeah,
Does
right.
hashtag not your Evan Bouchard. Stan Bowman is the Antichrist, and Tristan Jarry is his vessel for terror. Your words, not mine.
This shit is jazz.
Connor McDavid is not being traded, so stop asking already. That's one I might push back on.
I mean, he's walking for free. And free
Yeah, you might be walking. Leon Draisaitl is the coolest person to ever live, and we should be bummed if we aren't able to watch him play. I think every person should agree with that. The following section is called the numbers game. 1, 5, 6, 4, 6, 7, and
9?
Yeah.
and that wraps it up.
That is unbelievable work. Unbelievable work. That shit jazz. A lot of...
That was luxury jazz right there.
There you go.
Lot of
good points. A lot of things that I had forgotten. So
Yeah. I mean, we needed help from the chat for the Rolex thing. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Trash. I have breaking news.
Uh-oh.
And by breaking news, I mean what I view as a fuck you to you guys. Guess who's throwing out the first pitch for the Buffalo
William
Bisons
Fichtner.
AAA baseball?
Bill Fichtner?
Yep. That's
that
that's what level of celebrity he is. It's AAA baseball first pitch celebrity. You know who was throwing out the first pitch this time last week? Tony Danza.
Tony Danza is a beloved American institution.
hold me closer, Tony Danza.
Well, you know about the boss because he is who that was.
This has backfired on you astronomically.
I don't think so. I don't think big time celebrities are throwing out first pitches at AAA baseball games.
He
They know how to
wanted-
fucking party.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, how many Major League Baseball teams does Buffalo, New York have?
Yes, and it shows that he's fucking Buffalo
He's
down.
Buffalo down, you fucking
I never
idiots.
doubted
You
that.
are the most
I never doubted
ungrateful-
that he was Buffalo down. I just doubted his relevance to Buffalo at large.
Look,
We were having
I-
such
yeah.
a good time.
I
Luxury
famously-
Trash did such a unbelievable job making sure that we ended this daily episode run on the highest of possible vibes, and you come in here with this fucking bullshit.
I mean, the only
Look.
people upset right now are you two.
no, I
me.
would just say I earn a lot of L's and I take them because you put in the work to get an L. You got to fucking take that L. I just watched a man build a fucking like castle of L's all by himself.
They're only L's if I acknowledge them as L's.
It was something to. So it's like Pennywise. It's not real. You make it real
too. An actual hockey thing I wanted to bring up before I forgot, and not something I expect to have a conversation about right now, but I'm just thinking about with the Babcock hiring. Obviously, that means Bruce Cassidy is not going to get hired. Somebody is firing their coach in the first 2 weeks of the season next year to hire Bruce Cassidy. Like, somebody is going to have a very short leash because Bruce Cassidy is still around. I hadn't seen anybody bring that up, and I think it's an interesting thing to consider, is that somebody is going to have a bad start to their season, is going to lose their job simply because Bruce Cassidy doesn't have one right now.
I mean, that's assuming that Vegas is going to let him speak to that team at the beginning of next year.
I guess that's true. They still have control over him throughout the year. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
but at least in that situation, it'll be a team that's bad.
Teams are going to have to call the Vegas Golden Knights to check to see if they can talk to Bruce Cassidy before they fire their head coach. That's where we're at.
I mean,
famously,
man,
then they get out that's
what the Oilers did.
Oh, brother. It's going to be a fun year next year.
Okay, hit me with the slate. How many games we got?
Chad suggesting that the Oilers could be out of a coach.
I was going to say that when you said someone's going to someone's going to be on a short leash. I was going to say Mike Babcock should be on a short leash, but they're not going to let him hire Bruce Cassidy after, so it just doesn't fucking matter. We already have one game underway. Czechia taking on South Africa in Group A action. That one in the 77th minute. At 3, we go to my favorite place. A little paradise I like to call Group B. I love Group B so much. It's oops all draws. It's anyone's game. Switzerland and Bosnia-Herzegovina. If that can be a draw or a Bosnia-Herzegovina win, I will be I will be elated for Esmir Bayraktarovic, Amil Delic, and the whole gang. 6 p.m., we stay in that magical town known as Beeville. Can cut it?
It's in BC, too.
It will be answered. Can cut it in BC?
It's going to be a B movie.
Can cut it in Canada? That will be a fucking B movie, dude. Shout out Jerry Seinfeld.
Like jazz?
He's problematic.
All that girlfriend homework.
Yep. 6 p.m. Eastern. Man, we got to finish up. We still have the speed run we're going to put out on everything that happened in the Stanley Cup playoffs. A lot of fun, very funny stuff in there. But it's going to be tough to just not watch Group B all day. My stories are on. 9 p.m.
My stories.
Yeah,
Group B is my stories.
Sick puppy. Mexico, Korea is on there, an absolute certified banger, and you're like, I need draws from the most mid group in the tournament.
Yes,
that shit rocks.
Yes. 9 p.m. You can go to sleep with Mexico and South Korea.
That game's gonna rip.
Watch it. You know why it's gonna rip? Because every game in this tournament has ripped.
But I believe that game's in Guadalajara, so another home game for Mexico. Son obviously is a baller, and they both played fun games to beat. Well, Mexico's first game wasn't really that fun. It was crazy. It wasn't a really good game. South Africa just took all the cards in the world. But
I have a Norway update. Don't have Norway tickets yet. Don't know. Every time I've checked, they just get more and more expensive. Now the get-in is like $2,000. And
that's because people are... I'll tell you what. My entire feed is Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland went to one Hurricanes game, and I was like, I like this guy.
All it took, yeah.
Now it's just all Erling Haaland, and everything that I see makes me love this guy even more. I'm getting like Erling Haaland Birkin updates.
Yeah,
apparently he owns
crazy,
like 15 Birkins, and some of them are cost like $450,000.
Oh, geez, that much. Yeah,
it's
I didn't.
insane.
His Birkin collection is something, like I said the other day, something that Maura Higgins could appreciate.
Okay, Erling. I do have, and this is a nice update from our friends at Fanatics. Erling Haaland jerseys are like cigarettes in prison.
Out the door.
They are like out the freaking door. They are impossible to get. I've been trying to buy one. I've been trying to get with that Brout Holland on the back.
I want that red one so
The
bad.
red one is like you got no shot of getting that thing in the
You
next
got
10 years.
but
But
you got a better shot of getting fucking World Cup tickets.
So that's my thing. I'm like, I could buy one of the red ones on resale for like $400 or $300 or whatever. But what if there's a chance I can end up getting actual tickets to go see Norway? So should I put it towards that or whatever? Fanatics is hooking me up. They said we got one Erling Haaland jersey for you. We got a black one, and it's not in your size. I said, you think that's fucking stopping me? End of the hockey season, if you follow this show, I go up and down and wait. End of the hockey season is always when I am the most unhealthy, most out of control. I have not slept in months, and I really need the summer and a lot of hard rollerblading to kind of try to get my body back. I know this is not, it's like toxic stuff or whatever. Fitting into an Erling Haaland jersey that is one size too small for me. I am going next week. See me. I'm gonna be a fucking movie.
Erling
I'm gonna
Haaland the Erling Haaland and this Norway experience are giving me massive to walk the moon throwbacks. Like the first time I heard Shut Up and Dance With Me on the radio, I was like, for some reason, because a girl I was dating in like early high school dating was really into Walk the Moon, so I got really into Walk the Moon. And then I heard Shut Up and Dance on the radio, and I was like, what the fuck? Everybody likes these guys? That was fucking my thing.
Yeah. You were Norway first, big time.
Well, but I want everyone to enjoy the Norway experience. Like, it's objectively awesome. But I've always had an attachment to Norway for obvious reasons. And then Holland obviously rocked. He was tied to Chelsea at a point.
Yes.
So I was really into that experience, and obviously he didn't. He's just been awesome in the Premier League since. But yes, it has been kind of weird watching everybody embrace Erling Haaland in Norway.
So that's the thing, is my favorite part of the Erling Haaland experience is that he looks and plays like he should be like the scariest and worst guy in the world, and then you find out everything about his personality, and you're like, oh, this guy's just like a silly little goose.
Yeah.
Silly Viking.
Yeah. He genuinely rocks.
He's a silly goose, but he's a moose. Mm-hmm. He's everything that you want.
Silly moose.
He's soccer Draisaitl. Doesn't have like, isn't as stern.
He's from
Draisaitl has
kind of a
fun,
random European country.
Yeah. But is a moose. And you're like,
also like comes from a random European country that doesn't have the largest representation within that sport, but is having a moment, A, and B, he is like a perfect embodiment of like, if you were like, oh, what does a hot German hockey player look like? I'm imagining Leon Draisaitl. What does a giant Viking soccer player look like? I'm imagining Erling Haaland. Erling Braut Haaland.
My thing, so I've obviously, I think I've thought Erling Haaland is awesome, but he wasn't like my favorite player or anything because I don't have a Premier League team. I know that.
Don't pick Man City.
I tried to make it.
Man City, dude.
I only have one, or I have two Premier League kits. I have a Chelsea kit, Christian Pulisic, and I have like a throwback Nottingham Forest kit because when Matt Turner went to Nottingham Forest, I was like, oh, this team, these guys can be. But I just never end up getting that real connection to a team. It never sinks in. I think you need to go through some shit with a team before you can really latch on. So I don't. Like, I'm not a super fan of any of these Premier League players because I just don't have a fucking team and I want one so badly.
Become a Spurs guy. If you want to go through some shit, become a Spurs guy.
Yeah. But they just survived something. So, like, did I miss out on the
Something tells me it's not going to be the last thing you're going to have to go through as a Spurs fan.
Yes.
They're always going through shit.
Fair. Let's hit some super chats.
Oh, we also have to pay the bill.
Oh, yeah. You want to pay the bill first? Because this is a fun one as we looked at these World Cup games. This will be brought to you by Sports Interaction Sportsbook and Casino. Every game is your game when you bet with Sports Interaction. Bet the action on, you've heard this before, every period, every shift, every shot with Canada's homegrown sportsbook, Sports Interaction. Ontario only 18+. Please play responsibly. Sean, what do you got for us today?
I mean, why not we talked about it a little bit. A draw on the most mid result in the most mid division or the mid group in the league or in the tournament. I believe it was, I originally wanted to go Canada money line. Canada, I don't want to say disappointed, but probably should have beat Bosnia. Didn't get the opportunity in their opener. Now they're on the other coast. They're in BC from Vancouver. They're BC baby. Shout out Drake. But I don't. It's like you said. It's the most mid group in the league. So or in the tournament. So it's just draws
that.
every time. Well,
I said it's the coolest.
Yeah, that is true.
I believe I said it's my stories.
You said it's your favorite thing in the
when
world.
you say that something is the coolest, the automatic assumption is that it's probably the worst of
You're like,
whatever
so
it
what's
exists.
wrong with it?
yeah, it is at best mid. Just I feel like, as a matter of not even content, just as a personal exercise, I think I might bet on a draw on every single game in this group for the rest of the group stages because that'll just be fun. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We'll start today with those. I believe it was plus 350 for a draw in Canada, Qatar. So
Brother, no. Plus 475.
plus 470. Oh, brother, juice me. Yeah, let's do it.
So good. I'm having an issue screen grabbing on my computer right now, but I wanted to tweet the soccer schedule, the section that says Switzerland, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Canada, Qatar. That's the 2 Group B games. Post that, and then GIF of Seth Jarvis. That's my fucking song. I love that shit. Yeah, that'll get you plus 475. And I mean, Group B does like to draw, so I don't hate it for you, Sean. Every game is your game. When you bet with Sports Interaction, from puck drop to overtime, bet with live odds on every play with easy deposits and payouts. Go to sportsinteraction.com/whatchaos to open an account. Ontario only 18 plus. Please play responsibly. I will also plug a side gig that I have that I never do or really talk about enough on this show because it's kind of unrelated. But
OnlyFans.
yeah. No, Liam Horban found out about it like a year ago and he was really excited.
OnlyFans.
On Saturdays in Boston, I host a soccer show and it's usually a lot of MLS stuff. It's some Premier League, but it's going to be fucking all World Cup stuff this next month. And I am so excited for it. I'm always excited to do it, but getting to do like fake silly World Cup stuff here and then do an actual World Cup thing with, I mean, you're both smart soccer people, but like professionally smart soccer people. Yeah. It's going to be a blast. So, folks, if you're in Boston, tune in on 98.5 The Sports Hub, but it's also on wherever you get your podcasts and stuff.
Mind if a white boy read some super chats?
I just
real
quick. I just want to
a white
mention
boy be on the show, and I was like, I should have you guys on there.
That would be not good for anybody.
while you're
Fucking rule. I've had people.
I
I've had
love
people who
talking
are
about
like
soccer.
casual soccer people who are like, would I be able to be on that show? And I'm like, yeah, fuck. If I'm hosting any show about any sport, there's a good chance I'm gonna fucking take it away from where it's supposed to be going. So let's go together.
Have you seen how much, while we're talking about soccer media, how much Thierry Henry and Zlatan Ibrahimovic fucking despise Alexi Lalas?
I haven't watched a lot of that coverage, I'll be honest. I wait till the news comes on.
Yeah, that's fair. It's been quite entertaining.
Tokyo Tony says, pick up the damn phone, Big Mike. Big Money Mike is calling, baby. That's right. Casey Carson, goodbye, Super Chats. I got to save up for that Laila Edwards San Jose jersey. That's very fair.
Do it.
Willy Wonka.
Great name.
Seth Jarvis and his friends have to be on the video game cover next year, right? I'll be honest. Kind of forgot the NHL had a video game series because that shit sucks. Gobby Nicole. Don't tell me to stop whining. Don't tell me to stop whining because if there's anything that I have every right to do, it's complain that an NHL video game does not steal every bit of my free time. God, my life would be fucking over if they could make a quality product. Okay, go ahead. Fine.
Stop diving.
Gobby Nicole, I truly do not think the Oilers can come back from making this decision. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do as a fan actually crashing out? Gobby Nicole, I feel very sorry for you. Very bad. Good luck.
Yeah, like how am I supposed to wear my fucking Jake Wallman gross jersey right now?
I mean, you should have been asking that question before the hire.
That's fair. Yeah. Generic Red Circle. Contribution to the DJ Bereavement Fund. Babcock as your coach and no NHL PA tattoo is a brutal combo.
I'm going to be a fucking asshole to my girlfriend all weekend because she did not want me to get that tattoo. And I was very excited to get the tattoo.
I believe both of those.
And it's not her fault. It's not her fault that I'm not getting it. But if she shows even the tiniest hint of relief that I'm not getting that tattoo, big fucking trouble. I'm going to be so mean all weekend.
As a tribute to Mike Babcock, DJ is going to be a fucking terrorist to somebody in his
Who
life.
doesn't deserve it? Yeah.
Load-bearing wokeness. The Pacific Division. Is the hockey good? No. Are the teams run well? Also no. Will one of them end up in the Stanley Cup? Absolutely. Honestly, yeah, probably. When sucks? Regarding Pete's wardrobe malfunction yesterday. With love, fuck you, Pete. I may be a Bruins fan, but I'm Scottish first. Hashtag anyone but England. First of all, it was not a malfunction. Bastard. Wore that shit. That team won. And I will be Scotland down tomorrow because I'm going into Boston.
The Scots wouldn't accept you.
Love it.
If you pulled up in the English jersey, the Scots would. There's a chance.
I'm aware enough to know that. Like, I'm not wearing my fucking.
I think that just kind of makes you a little bit of a fraud. That's all.
It's coming from the guy who said you're allowed to have like 9 teams to root for in the group stage of the World Cup.
9?
I was not the one that brought that up, but people have said that, and I agree.
Stop whining.
Lemon Ventures genuinely feels like the best we can hope for is that Babcock pulls the Columbus 2.0 and blows it before training camp. I would say generally feels like the best that we can hope for is that Babcock learns from his mistakes and isn't a terrible person. I think it's more likely that he pulls a Columbus 2.0, but we'll see.
Yeah, like
Happy
what
to
are
be
the
wrong.
What are the odds that when you get those like admin videos where a player's walking out to go practice, which shout out, the Sharks did one of those videos this year and asked all the players who their favorite hockey player was. Will Smith said Laila Edwards. That's amazing. When they're doing those videos and like the players walking out to practice and like Ike Howard is just walking out and just has a smile on his face. Is like, what are the odds that in any of those videos, the young players, as they're getting ready to practice, are like, practice time.
Yeah.
Love my job.
Gabi Nicole, I honestly hope no one will sign to Edmonton now.
No. Sean DePauw's voice. We don't let those people, the bad guys, take away from us the good stuff.
Hope that they sign there and hope that
the
it goes
Oilers
well
are
for them.
just as much yours as they are Mike Babcock's. Mike Babcock does not decide that Mike Babcock should not make you like hate the Oilers, which is rich of me to say because I sometimes hate the Oilers.
The only thing I'll say here is if you believe that Mike Babcock is a bad person, it makes sense to not want to bring people into that situation.
Oh, like for their own sake, yeah.
And I also think like it makes sense to root for consequences of a questionable decision. But I think if you're an Oilers fan, you should just hope that this goes well beyond your comprehension.
Mike
Dante.
Babcock's a good person now. That's the best case scenario.
Eli Dante, fine. I'll take one for the team. Plus coach the Oilers. I can't skate for shit, but have a working with children check, so I'm more qualified than Babcock.
Thank you, Eli.
Tokyo Tony, the way without knowing the events taking place right now, this chat would make it seem like some guy named Mike is the single most divisive person in hockey possibly ever.
Mike.
San Jose Sharky. What number do you guys think McDavid will wear in San Jose? Teal is going to look good on him.
Somebody wear 97 already?
9?
Funniest possible outcome is that he signs in San Jose and makes Michael Kesselring change his number for his
you know what?
9,000th number.
Can Kurashev play on the wing? Because if you trade, he wears 69, and if you trade McDavid to the Sharks and he wears 67, then you have a 97, then you have a 96-7 line.
There you go. Luxury trash. McDavid going to the island? Who said that?
Luxury trash, you're having a good day.
Fatima, I've been up since 4:30, and I am happy to say that I finally got my degree after 7.5 years of Menti BS. Congratulations. That is huge.
7.5 years of school is Jesus, man.
That is no joke.
I did like 5.5, and that was about 3 too many.
Not to brag, it only took me 4.
Yeah.
Paradisiacal Dreams. Yay area.
The Yay area.
There you go.
Yeah.
Barthez Battalion, another name for the Dickinson Kesselring pairing.
Nope,
Don't
got
worry,
one.
we already got one. Yeah.
Don't need one.
Could be the Prince Albert line, even though neither have played for Prince Albert.
We might go with Dick Ring.
Yeah, I think we've settled on that one.
Appreciate you.
David Carlson, boys, young gritty what nuts. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being such a positive light. Summer chaos gonna rock, and when next season comes, Cha-boy will be Cha-dad. Birth of my baby girl. Love you all. David Carlson, congratulations. Cha-dad. Our callers already missing our emotional support straight men. Thank you for making the NHL season so much fun. You rock. Thank you for being here. Harrison says, what chaos takes San Jose 2026 road trip? ? I would say put money on odds that we get to California next year.
Yeah.
We definitely want to do a widespread, what did Sean call it? Invasion?
Takeover.
We wanted to overrun.
We're going to overrun California hockey next year. Endearing. Barthez Battalion, Yukon, DJ Sile Laren?
Laren is a Canadian football player. I believe in action today.
Big
Apologies.
Tage Thompson fan.
I don't know that person. Patricia says, I am so happy this year finding what chaos through heated rivalry and rekindling my love of hockey. Enjoy your summer. You as well. Thank you for jumping on board. We love you. Nat says, thanks for a great year. This community rocks. Hockey rocks. Love y'all. UNH.
Yeah.
Looking forward to my beloved Caps getting their shit together for 26-27. A girl can dream. Plus watching my Victoire raise that MF banner in the fall.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Enjoy it while you can. PWHL Hamilton's coming for that shit.
Yep.
Emma Haven. Bonjour, hi from South Dakota. That's the first time that sentence has ever been said. I am so happy to be from the Bay. Great day.
Wait,
it absolutely is.
Was Emma the person the other day that said that they were going on a trip to SD, and I believe it was DJ said San Diego, and I was like, you don't know, maybe it's South Dakota.
Oh, maybe.
Or is this just a different random South Dakota mention?
Been a lot of South Dakota mentions this
First
week.
time that South Dakota has been mentioned 2 separate times in a week in my entire life.
Eric Ripperson says, Patrice, everyone wants to talk about how you're perfect. I just want to let you know they're right. Brad Marchand has written on a Valentine's Day card. That's right. Gabi Nicole says, checking back in. Really sad that the What Chaos season has ended with the terrible news of the day, but my God, I'm so glad Heated Rivalry brought me this community last year. You cuties and freaks are the best. it ends, but we have an episode Monday.
We'll be back on Monday.
And a Patreon episode sometime in between.
I feel bad doing like a big goodbye because we are talking to you so soon, and we'll also have a Patreon episode. And subscribe to the Patreon so you can get extra episodes every week. Those are going to happen all summer as well.
I'll be back writing this summer as well.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
Writing.
Jules says, thanks everyone for reinvigorating my enjoyment of hockey this season. I love knowing that there's space for wacky weirdos in this sport. Play vitamin C. Absolutely. Emily says, going to represent the Whatnuts at the Carolina Parade on Saturday. So glad to have found this community this year. Amazing, Emily. Do that shit. Sharon, Ozzy Osbourne died, says, thanks for the season, boys. We'll miss my daily dinner show. Hope we get the newsletters back soon. Pete, love from the Netherlands. Yep, Pete will be right. And Naomi says, I know you can't stop this summer, but thank you so much for all the laughter this season. You guys elevated hockey for me. Big love. Summer Chaos, LFG. Yeah, Summer Chaos gets silly. Imagine that. Marissa says, last regular season episode, I'm packing up my last boxes to move back to Boston. Can't wait for the summer episodes. Summer episodes make us feel fine. Welcome back. Balrogue Boogie says, looking forward to Summer What Chaos. Thanks for being my background yak podcast during work this season. Matt Friend or Foe says, I'm sad you guys were canceled and this is the last show ever. I've loved this community so much. Please sign my yearbook. Goodbye, freaks. Goodbye, freaks rules. Thanks for all the fun this season, says M. Cider Rose. Thanks, Miss Ida Rose. Yep. Looking forward to the non-daily summer episodes and counting down to 2026-27 puck drop. Have a good summer. What Chaos crew and Whatnuts. Rainey says, thank you, What Chaos and Whatnuts, for being my company every day during work this season. I've had a lot of fun. Joe the Prez says, thanks for the community and patiently answering my very genuine questions. I'm new to hockey and y'all have made it great. Ready for more this summer and next season. Terrific. A big one from Stephanie. We appreciate you, Stephanie, so much. Says, I'll still be around as I can. I'll still be around as I can, but still, it's time to get mushy. And thank you, 3, for all the good times. Highlight was DJ reading my letter on What Chaos letterhead, and the most fun all-nighter at the trade deadline I've ever pulled. Thanks for renewing my love for hockey this year. Thank you, Stephanie, and everyone for everything. BG Mungbean says, Hags, what chaos, boys, and whatnots. Love y'all.
I saw a lot of
Have a good summer.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Silver
Classic
Nails.
yearbook stuff.
Sorry, I had
Yep.
Hags PTSD.
Yeah. Silver Nails says, I'm seriously laughing so hard I'm crying. Please share this list with us for posterity. Thank you, luxury trash. I'm going to run. Pete's going to read the rest of these. I do have to tape something for my soccer show. We went 2 hours today. Apologies, we went long, but I don't regret a damn thing.
I got this.
Yep.
All right. Eli, no joke, full sincere, legit, just love this pod. Lid 69 says, thanks for the entertainment this season. Please buy Pete a new chair in the off season. We will be acquiring a new chair in the off season. Can guarantee you that. Sophie says, love being a queer black fan of San Jose hockey. There you go.
What a time.
Ellie says, I'm from Edmonton and spent a lot of my life resenting hockey, but you guys are a big part of the reason I've finally grown to love it after 23 years. Y'all are the best. Have a great summer. That is amazing to hear. Thank you so much. Barthez Battalion, Sean needs to watch Prison Break for Billy F. Yeah, Sean, if you want to know why we love William Fichtner, start with Prison Break. But also, you've seen The Dark Knight. William Fichtner rocks.
Yeah.
Young Gritty, chat, I love you all so goddamn much. There is no better community in hockey, and I'm so privileged to be a small part of it. Wrong! You're a big part of it. More gas station vids to come. Young Gritty, we love you. Young Gritty also did suggest that instead of the librarian, in reference to Northern Lion, he should be the librarian as a reference to Nikita Zadorov, and I love that idea. The librarian. Nix says, merci, thank you for the daily eps. Looking forward to the summer shows. I do think that a lot of people who have hopped on board this season and have not experienced summer shows are going to fucking love the energy of summer shows.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Summer shows it's like a completely different podcast, but it's so fun.
Half of the summer shows last year, I feel like we're talking about Caitlin Clark and the WNBA.
Oh, yeah. Mars, not Marcy, says, thanks for the season. Found this show when I started my shitty job, and y'all have made it incredibly less shitty. Happy to help. St. Paul Sweet, thank you for making my first hockey season a great one. I love this show, and I can't wait for next season to start. Much love. Go Stars.
It does feel like this show has been canceled. Like we're never having another episode.
Hey, you never know. It's going to be a long summer. We could be canceled before the next season starts. The Lady Julep. It's What Chaos Breakup Day. Thank you for making me laugh even on hard days. Thank you, 3, or love you, 3, and Baby, and Ellen's Emmy, and whatnots very much. Thank you, Lady Julep. Mimi K. Thank you for making this season so fun. Love this show and community. Same. Anna Reeves writes, thank you all for another great season. Thank you. We love you. Spider says, this show means a lot to me. Thank you guys, and thank you, chat. Looking forward to the summer and next season. Go wild. Sabine says, thank you for an amazing first What Chaos season. Can wait for summertime, sillies. Okay. I'm assuming that was supposed to be can't, but if you can wait, that's great too.
I mean, that's a nice
Aaliyah,
practice in patience.
yeah, most patient super chatter so far. Aaliyah, Emily, love y'all big. We love you too, even if you think that we hate the Sharks and are pushing a narrative that doesn't exist.
Stars.
Yes. Did I say Stars?
You said Sharks.
Oh. Nobody thinks that we hate the Sharks. A lot of people think that we hate the Stars. Cat Hammer. Happy summer. Y'all kept me on hockey after heated rivalry, and I bought my first team merch yesterday while visiting Seattle. Love you, chat.
Fascinating.
All I'll say is
place
I
for
hope that
to
it was a
start.
PWHL
It only goes up
merch.
from there. Well, it's not like it's great for them either. They didn't have a great season. They drafted a player that I think a lot of their fans are not super pumped about them having drafted.
I mean, but Abby Murphy kind of rocks.
I mean, she's
as a
going to rock
player.
as a player, but I don't think that's necessarily what they're concerned about, or at least the people that are concerned about. But yeah, it can't get worse. If you're starting right now in Seattle, it's only going up.
I mean, is Abby Murphy like immediately the face of Seattle hockey?
Man, if that's the case, Matty Beniers needs to figure his shit out because he had a real head start there.
I mean,
but
he
I
had
think
a good
so.
start, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he had a real, just kind of. I mean, she's certainly the hottest in the streets right now.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I think it's possible.
I think it's a fair question. Yeah.
Amanda Gray says, RIP What Chaos 2025-26 season. Gone but never forgotten. Can't wait for some summer fun and more Patreon content. Love everyone here, especially the WCQU and WCLU. Checker Dandy. Hags. Love you like a sis, etc. Very, very succinct. I love that. Tom Wilson's lawyer, signing the What Chaos yearbook with "You Rock, Never Change." Jennifer Scott, thank you. That was such a popular yearbook sign off.
Yeah,
You rock, never change.
I'm just so tickled by this turning into like a yearbook sign. It really does have big last day of school energy. Like the
I love
last
it.
half of the school day has not been a school day at all. We've just been fucking around, giving each other a nice little see you next summer.
I mean, as an adult, you never get that shit back again.
know.
You never get that energy back again. So for us to kind of like create it out of nothing, like I know DJ was upset about the languaging or the energy of like, we're checking out for the summer, but if this is the reward for it, I'm absolutely in.
We're all the bad kids in school though, which is like everyone signing our yearbook being like, oh, have a great summer. We'll see you next school year. We are going to summer school.
Yeah, we are going to summer school.
We did not get good enough grades this year. It's
We
just
are
not a
not
break
graduating.
for us.
Jennifer Scott, thank you for the Hockey Talk on My Cuties podcast. Hags. Shannon Rose, bonjour, bye. Thanks for keeping me company almost every day during the capitalist hellscape that is corporate America. Right on. The worst Zane. My wife read some hockey smut last year, and now we watch some guys in Boston argue about Carly Rae Jepsen. Thanks, everyone, for the ride. What chaos indeed. Clubbers till we die. Clubbers, I love you. And you say, I love you, boys. What a season. Cheers to your success. Clubbers, we love you right back. Morgan says, closing out my third What Chaos season. Happy summer, y'all.
OG, a foundational member.
Speaking of clubbers, I do want to make another Utah trip now that like Utah has its footing and the Delta Center has been upgraded, renovated.
Fixed,
I want to revisit the Utah of it all, and I hope that we get to do that next year. Generic Red Circles says, getting begrudgingly emotion at these chats. I can't right now, guys. It's 2 a.m.
Was
Depends on where you
generic
live.
Red Circle an Aussie? An Aussie?
Yeah, I think that would check out, right?
Yeah, I'm guessing. Gotta be. Yeah, 12 hours ahead. Gotta be other side of the world.
Jenna Cage, thank you, What Chaos, for making me the office's certified stat truck. So ready for next year. Bonjour, bye. Young Gritty says, funny stuff, boys. Leanna Biana says, first time super chatter. Thanks for everything this year. Love your token Preds fan.
Shout
Leanna
out, because
Biana.
I feel like I said at one point this year that we have never heard from a single Predators fan ever, and they just they didn't really exist. Shout out Lena Bina.
Right on. Yeah, we need the Preds to get back into a state of relevancy.
Yeah.
It's me. It's Tessa. Love you. Bye. Bye. Skylark says, first super chat because I got FOMO, but thank you guys for everything and shout out chat. I will remember you all forever.
See you in the afterlife.
First and
we're
last
all
super
dying.
chat. Jay Walter, hi pants. Great show, everyone. Keep in touch. Love you. Mean it.
Keep in touch.
Keep in touch. Big time yearbook staple.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm just glad that people weren't putting their phone numbers in their super chats, doxing themselves on accident. Another one at
Megan
the buzzer.
B with one at the buzzer. Can't believe they're putting you guys down today. Yeah, but we got the best day ever before we
I know
got
we're
put
getting
down.
to eat all the human food today.
We got so much ice cream and cookies and
Chocolate.
all that shit. All right. Well, this is the first time I think that I've ever had to sign off an episode because it's usually DJ's job. But this has been a great season. It's been the third season in What Chaos history. Obviously, had a lot of new people hop on board. This season was so much fucking fun.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. We will see you Monday, despite all of the energy of the show saying that we are either dying or signing off for the summer. We will be back on Monday, sort of a regularly scheduled show, and then the schedule changes from there. So see you Monday. We love you so much. Goodbye.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to What Chaos here on YouTube. You will get everything, daily episodes, player interviews, and so much more. It's all here on the What Chaos YouTube. Hit subscribe.